All right, Steve, one of the big attractions to Oklahoma City is Bricktown.
Right.
And there's a lot that people know about Bricktown, but you, my friend, know about something you like to call Lost Bricktown.
Yeah, well, we're going to drive through Bricktown real quick and see what we're all familiar with, the old brick warehouses that have made this truly the state's premier urban entertainment destination.
Everything as familiar as Spaghetti Warehouse to the latest club, whatever that might be.
Right. And what people don't realize is this wholesale district was much bigger before it met its demise. It went past E.K. Gaylord to a street that no longer exists, Santa Fe Avenue. And it also went right up to Deep Deuce, Northeast 1st, Northeast 2nd. And it also went into an area that is south of Ford Center. And that is where Lost Bricktown can still be found. Downtown development is starting to creep out this way, and there's a chance that we could see a lot of this lost in the next few years for good.
Really? What sort of development are you hearing? Are we talking businesses? Are we talking like retail? Corporations, or?
It could be a mix. There's just a downtown development with the various things underway. It's heading southward. So
that's just the natural progression.
Yes, with Ford Center opening up a south entrance, with the boulevard, it's just a natural progression.
Well, I guess core to shore would actually be that direction as well, right?
Yes. So again, what I'm trying to do is just educate the public as to what's out there and provide a glimpse of this history before it's gone. All of this was part of the wholesale district. So this was originally the home of International Harvester. The windows were not bricked in. We've got a photo of what it looked like when in its heyday. People may say, well, none of this is worth saving. I am not going to argue either way, but I think it's at least important to point out it's out here.
We pulled up going north now in Robinson. We're at 5th, and we're looking at this building.
Yeah, this was for years the home of the City Rescue Mission. And obviously it's seen better days. It was painted yellow at some point. It's not that great a looking building right now.
Currently boarded up.
Right. What people don't realize is this is one of the early Film Exchange buildings. And as you drive past it, you'll see Film Exchange engraved into the building there in the middle and toward the top. So, again, is there enough out here that you could create another Bricktown? I doubt it. But there's certainly the kind of fabric that existed when Deep Deuce was done. A very similar situation where you had a lot of empty lots and you had a few old buildings left. But when you look at Deep Deuce, you realize, well, something could be done out here. One thing that really needs to be emphasized, Union Station is not going to be torn down.
So this building will remain?
Yes.
Be built around?
Yeah, this building, if you want to talk about kind of the masterpiece of the area that, I'd call Lost Bricktown, the old part of the old warehouse district, this is it. To give you an idea as to what's possible with Union Station, a lot of buildings are ornate at the entrance, and the service areas, they're not so great. That's not the case with Union Station.
No, it looks like it's carried the theme all the way around.
Yeah, there's no bad view of Union Station. You can see these old depot doors turning into retail frontage. It's all just incredible architecture, every side of it. So the possibility of seeing this property falling into much better use to really becoming something the community owns and uses again is very enticing to community leaders.
All right, Steve. Thanks for dropping the knowledge on some lost, now found Bricktown. We'll stay with OKC Central for more on this.
Looking back, some might see the Hales building as an odd pick for preservationists to have used as a last stand against urban renewal. The 12-story building was one of the city's first skyscrapers when it was built in 1908 as the home of State National Bank. It was transformed into office space by W.T. Hales when the bank merged into First National Bank and Trust Company. The building took the Hales name in 1928, a name that stood out for decades along the city skyline. The building, at Robinson and Main, was placed on the urban renewal hit list in the mid-1960s. But trustees of the Hales estate had other plans. They wanted to spend $1.4 million to save it from demolition. The battle ended up in court as Hales heirs argued over whether the renovation would wipe out the bulk of their estate. A judge ruled against the remodeling, and the Oklahoma City Urban Renewal Authority bought the building for $800,000. They wanted to then tear it down to make way for a planned gallery and mall. That announcement sparked debate among preservationists about the building's value, and the Hales' great-grandson, Bill Peterson, asked Urban Renewal to sell him the building for a $6 million renovation that would have updated the building so it could complement the Galleria project. City council members at this point, tired of Urban Renewal demolition downtown, supported the move, but Urban Renewal officials refused to budge. A federal judge ruled against a suit seeking to block demolition. On April 8, 1979, the building was demolished. Ironically, a funeral procession protesting demolition was led by Tiana Safuda. She changed her last name to Douglas after marrying engineer Don Douglas, and was herself named director of the Urban Renewal Authority not too long after. These photos and more can be found at Pictopia at News OK.